Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Now, Jess is on maternity leave, and we have Lauren LaRosa filling in. What up, Lauren?
Good morning.
And let's get in some front page news. What's up, Morgan?
Good morning, Envy, Charlamagne, Lauren. How y'all feeling this morning?
Blessed, black, and highly favored. What's happening, Morgan?
Yes, I'm loving the energy. So we've been so caught up in the 2024 presidential race. Let's try not to forget that we have a current sitting president that's still working for the American people. Many of us know someone impacted by cancer, right?
Absolutely.
So President Biden is pledging $150 million in new federal grants to fight cancer, adding that cancer surgery is taxing and a challenging procedure. Let's hear more from President Biden.
Folks, it's fair to say one of the most devastating words anyone can hear, and it's not hyperbole, is cancer. And we're moving quickly because we know all families touched by cancers are in a race against time. It takes the best surgeons in the world, and it takes its toll on families. As Jill said, it steals time, it steals away hope.
Yeah, so President Biden made the comments while speaking from Tulane University in New Orleans, Louisiana, and announced that the funding will help develop new technology to help surgeons remove cancerous tumors. It's the latest infusion of funding for Biden's Cancer Moonshot initiative that aims to reduce U.S. cancer death by 50% by the year 2047. Now, the White House says the administration has invested more than $400 million to fast-track progress on how to prevent, detect, and treat cancer.
We're dropping the clues bombs for President Biden. I had one of my friends who just finished dealing with cancer sent me that yesterday, actually. Yeah, sent me that that headline.
And shout out to all the survivors and, those who have made that sacrifice, or, those who are heavily impacted by it. Meanwhile, we are asking for policies, and we're going to get the policies. Vice President Kamala Harris plans to unveil her economic policy in Raleigh, North Carolina on Friday. It will be the first policy-centered speech by the Democratic presidential nominee since she entered the race for the White House after President Biden withdrew. Now, the Harris campaign said the vice president will outline a plan to lower costs for middle-class families and take on corporate price gouging. Over the weekend, Harris also said she supports eliminating taxes on tips, which is a position that former President Donald Trump actually initiated. And looking ahead to the future, the Olympic flag is officially in Los Angeles, California, where it will live through the end of the 2028 Summer Games. Casey Wasserman, the chair of the Los Angeles Olympic Organization Committee, says reality is starting to set in. Let's hear more from Casey Wasserman.
I think it's real. I think having the flag on board with us, knowing that there's no more, Paris is first, it's us, and we're next. And the days are going to go quick. The opening ceremonies in LA is going to be here before we know it.
The days are not going to go by quick. The days are going to go by the same way that they've been going by for the last 4 years, and I think that we all need to enjoy the moment, okay?
They're just excited.
Don't rush it.
It's
Sure.
4 years away. That's a long time.
Yeah, that's a long time. We got a whole...
It's not even built out. Olympic Village is not built out. That's a long time to... Yeah, we just won.
Now, don't get me
finished.
wrong. I'm the type of person that, I like to plan 5 years, 10 years ahead, but I'm also enjoying the moment. Y'all ain't going to be making me think about 2028. Okay?
That's a long time.
All right?
So LA Mayor Karen Bass and a contingent of the Olympic athletes from Southern California returned to LAX with the flag on Monday afternoon. Also on the plane were members of the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Committee's executives from LA 28 and elected officials. Bass received the flag from Paris Mayor Anne Hidalgo during Sunday night's closing ceremony. And just a piece of history, fun fact, it was the first time in Olympic history the flag has been passed between two female mayors. So what do you think about that? Isn't that dope?
Fire. I saw that on CNN. I was like, that is so cute. That's so
Shout
funny.
out to the ladies. Yeah.
Hey, remember in 2020 when God made all of us be still and sit our asses down? We wasn't thinking about 2024. We was just trying to get out that year. We was just trying to get through the
I don't
day.
even remember what I was thinking about.
Exactly.
Like, I just sat here and tried to think about it.
Yeah, 2020. The end of 2020, yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember.
That's 2021. Yeah, 2021, God said sit your ass down.
No, that was 2020, God said sit
That's
your
what
It
ass
was
down.
2020,
Yeah.
2021, and then 2022, he said, listen, you might be able to go outside a little bit.
Well, I think people are just excited. I know I was just reading an article. Dr. Dre is already talking about, like, he doesn't want to perform. He wants to be in the Olympics.
Yeah, he
wants to do
archery. Yeah.
Oh, I'm about to say.
Archery?
Yeah, that's about right. He'd be, 97 years old?
Yeah, shut up, man. He was doing it in his backyard.
We already know Snoop gonna be tapped back in. He gonna get that bag for that.
As he should.
Yeah.
He did amazing time. He did an amazing time. I enjoyed that. All right. Well, that is front page news, Morgan. We'll see you next hour.
Yes, we'll discuss the controversy around Minnesota Governor Tim Walz's military career, and the Pentagon has issued a statement about tensions in the Middle East, so stay tuned.
All right. Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, phone lines are wide open. Again, 800-585-1051. Hit us up right now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Now, Jess is on maternity leave. So we have Lauren LaRosa filling in, and let's get in some front page news. What up, Morgan Wood?
Hey, y'all. Hey, good to be back. So Democratic Vice Presidential nominee Tim Walz says he's proud of his military career, his record. Let's salute Tim Walz for his service. He addressed the recent questions about his military career from the Trump campaign while in Los Angeles, California on Tuesday. Let's hear more from Minnesota Governor Tim Walz.
I signed up for the Army National Guard 2 days after my 17th birthday. I served for the next 24 years for the same reason all my brothers and sisters in uniform do. We love this country. And I firmly believe you should never denigrate another person's service record. To anyone brave enough to put on that uniform for our great country, including my opponent, I just have a few simple words. Thank you for your service and sacrifice.
You know, I have no problem with people questioning Tim Walz's military record if they feel like, you know, he said something sketchy. But the problem I have with this discussion is Tim Walz brought up his military record to simply say weapons of war or weapons I used in war shouldn't be in the hands of civilians.
Correct.
How did we let them deflect and distract from that point? The actual conversation that we should be having about, you know, weapons of war should not be in the hands of civilians. How do we let them deflect from that to turn into people questioning Tim Walz's military record?
It's the Real Housewives effect. Controversy sells.
I don't understand, but I agree with him 1,000%. I don't feel like civilians should be carrying weapons that should be used at war. There's no reason for you, even if you're using it for hunting. You're not shooting a deer 110 times or a bear 110 times. You don't need those type of weapons, in my opinion.
And this is where Republicans win. This is where the Donald Trumps and the J.D. Vance and all of them win, because they get you talking about what they want to talk about as opposed to whatever issue you're bringing up.
Right.
Tim Walz brings up weapons of war and how people shouldn't have weapons of war in the street, and all of a sudden it's like, you didn't carry no weapons of war. You lied about your record, and now we've been talking about this for the whole week.
Well, Republican Vice Presidential candidate J.D. Vance has suggested that Walz inflated his credentials and that he abandoned his unit ahead of his deployment to Iraq, avoiding serving in a war zone, or to avoid serving in a war zone. The Harris campaign changed Walz's bio, which discussed his military rank after the questions first arose. Now, Walz served in the Army National Guard and left service to run for Congress in May of 2005. Meanwhile, the U.S. is preparing for a potential Iranian attack on Israel. Pentagon Press Secretary Major General Pat Ryder told reporters the U.S. is focused on de-escalating the situation in the Middle East. Let's hear more from the Pentagon Press Secretary.
During a phone call on Sunday to Israeli Defense Minister Yoav Gallant, the secretary reiterated the United States' commitment to take every possible step to defend Israel. Secretary Austin ordered the USS Abraham Lincoln Carrier Strike Group, equipped with F-35C fighters, to accelerate its transit to the Central Command area of responsibility, adding to the capabilities already provided by the USS Theodore Roosevelt Carrier Strike Group. These U.S. military force posture adjustments are designed to improve U.S. force protection, to increase our support for the defense of Israel, and to ensure the United States is prepared to respond to a wide variety of contingencies.
Yes, so as mentioned, the guided missile, submarine, and aircraft carrier strike group have been deployed to the region as Israel braces for retaliatory attacks from Iran and its proxies following the assassination of senior members of Hamas and Hezbollah. The Biden administration said an attack could come as soon as this week. This comes at the same time Secretary of State Antony Blinken is approving almost $20 billion of weapons sale to Israel. The deal will include F-15 fighter jets, air-to-air missiles, tactile vehicles, and other explosives. A press release from the State Department said the U.S. is committed to the security of Israel, adding that it is vital to U.S. national interest to assist Israel to develop and maintain strong and ready self-defense capability.
Now, hold on. Is it aid, Morgan, or did I read that they sold $20 billion of weapons?
$20 billion weapons sale to Israel. Yes.
Where does that money go? When America sells $20 billion in weapons to Israel, where does the money go? Whose pockets does that money go in? And what y'all need my tax dollars for if y'all making that kind of money?
Now, if they make that much money, do we tax them?
That's what I want to know.
Do we have to tax that $20 billion?
They don't. Wait. They got to pay tax. So
they just made $20 billion.
But if they pay taxes too, they're the government. So is it like they're paying taxes to their homie?
Once again, what do they need our tax dollars for if they making that kind of money? Because I know ain't nobody taxing them. That's $20 billion free, cash free.
Because they going to take at least 40% of that.
Ain't no FICA.
Yeah.
Ain't no FICA taking no money out of that $20 billion.
Yeah, that's like $8-9 billion in tax. Nah, we need our tax money.
I really want to know where the money goes, though. I don't know. I really do. I want to know where that money goes. Like, when they make a sale like that, where does that money go to? That's what I really want to know.
I'm gonna find that one out for you. It's a sign of the times. And in other news incorporating the signs of the times, did you guys know that Chuck E. Cheese is launching membership deals?
We ain't got time for that,
plans?
Chuck, we ain't got time for that.
I thought they was going out of business.
The family entertainment chain will offer unlimited visits for a monthly fee beginning at $8 for the bronze package and $30 for the gold package. The passes include a specified number of games per visit and discounts on food and drinks depending on what membership tier or package you get. They can be used at over 470 participating locations in the U.S.
Chuck E. Cheese got to rebrand. No, it's not popping anymore like that. When my oldest ones were younger, they would like Chuck E. Cheese. My new younger ones.
Chuck E. Cheese still
y'all
popping.
don't like the new mouse?
Popping.
As long as they don't bring back those animatronics, like we good on those.
Yeah, Mr. Chuck E. Cheese still popping. The problem with Chuck E. Cheese is like just an occasional thing. Like you go on occasion. You go when it's a kid's birthday or something like that. Like I don't need a membership to go every month.
Taken over. The Urban Air and all of them have taken over like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Kids don't want to go to Chuck E. Cheese every weekend.
Kids ain't going to Chuck E. Cheese no more. They
but
want to
that's
go to
probably
Urban
why they're
Air,
doing it.
All them other things. They not.
Yeah.
It makes
like
sense because if you doing the membership, I'm sure you're saving money by buying the membership. So then they're bringing the kids there more, and then now because they're trying to get back in front of like the Urban Airs and all that.
Well, they might need to add some air. They might need to add like little jumpy things.
Yeah, trampoline type of thing.
Some more interactive games.
Yeah, more interactive. Yeah, they tired of them video games. Yeah, they need more interactive stuff.
Make it like that movie. What's that movie? What's that horror film that was based off Chuck E. Cheese? Well, y'all know what I'm talking about?
No.
Y'all know what I'm talking about.
No, we don't.
It was a horror movie, man. I can't remember the name of it right now.
Based off Chuck E. Cheese?
Yes, but what is it, Bob's or something like that? I can't remember what it was called. But they need to do something like that. Like maybe turn Chuck E. Cheese into like a haunted house.
And scare all the kids? What kids gonna want to go to a haunted house at age 2?
All them little animals, them old robots and stuff they got in there. Like just make it like a fun haunted house type of thing.
The gag is, can you go without getting sick? How about that?
What do you mean?
But you get sick at Chuck E. Cheese?
We going to Chuck E. Cheese
pizza? Yeah. And like, every time you go into those, those places, they turn to be cesspools. You come back out and you like,
oh, you one of them people.
5 nights at Freddy's.
The rest of us just go. We bring a little adult drink to watch the kids and have a good time.
5 Nights at Freddy's. That's the name of the movie. Y'all remember 5 Nights at Freddy's?
No.
Five Nights at Freddy's is a horror movie that came out a couple of years ago, and it basically was a horror movie, but it was Chuck E. Cheese. Like make Chuck E. Cheese the actual 5 Nights at Freddy place, like a haunted establishment. So people will go in there and like, it'll be like what's them houses you try to get out of? Them scared houses?
Haunted houses?
Haunted houses, but escape rooms. Yes, make it something like that.
Yeah, but escape rooms are more for teenagers, not for kids. You do some scary stuff. My 3-year-old ain't going back to Chuck E. Cheese.
They don't have the little animals and stuff like that no more, right? Because of
those animatronics. Yeah, that stuff was.
But then it wouldn't be
that was already scary. Like you didn't have to make it.
Scary
Yeah.
Maybe you cater towards a little bit more of a young adults then.
Now make it more interactive.
If you make it like a 5 Nights at Freddy themed horror haunted
for young adults,
Chuck E. Cheese
they gonna
for young
DJ,
adults.
they gonna want to be in there rocking their hips.
That's
they not gonna
care
about.
I definitely like the idea of an adult arcade for sure. Yeah,
that could
Do
pop.
y'all know what Kahunaville is? No, that was a Delaware thing. Okay, never mind.
All right, well, that's your front page news. I'm Morgan. You can follow me on socials at Morgan Media. And for more news coverage, be sure you're locked into the Black Information Network at BINnews.com. Talk to y'all later.
Wake that ass up. Early in the morning. The Breakfast Club.